I'm gonna ask. Well, your mic's so low, we can't hear anything you saying anyway. So,
Anyways, his mic is
I wanted you to
low.
speak on basically your childhood. You know what I mean, growing up, and you had spoke on almost not graduating high school. I wanted you to talk about that.
Okay. Well, I mean, honestly, I wrote a book. People can get it at roylwilliams.com. But I mean, I had struggles growing up. I was dyslexic. I was a resource student. I honestly couldn't read at a proficient level until I was probably like a 10th or 11th grade. And the teachers they kept on pushing me through the system because I was so bad. They're like, I don't want him back in my class, so we're not going to hold him back. We're just going to keep pushing him through the system. So, I had my challenges, and football was my outlet. That's why football means so much to me because it was my outlet that I actually was able to be able to hit people and not get in trouble. So that's why I'm like, dude, I just want to hit somebody. You know what I mean? Because I had so much built up aggression and frustration through my adolescence and in middle school, high school. I just want to take it out on somebody, and I was able to take it out on a lot of people. And so, but
at what
those are
age
some of
did
the
that start,
challenges,
Roy?
huh?
Not at what age did that start? Not like the behavior issues, but like at what age did football become your outlet?
Football was always my outlet. I started tackle football. Or I did street football when I was about 6, 7 years old. We started on concrete. It straight up like that's when if you ever see me tackle, especially at the old Cowboy Stadium, I tackle somebody. When I'm falling to the ground, you see me roll. Like if you ever watch a thing, you'll see me rolling because that was me learn me. That's how I learned how to tackle on concrete to lessen the blow on my body. Is when you hit the ground, you got to hit it with a roll and pop up quick. So you ain't feeling the
Sliding on that
blunt.
concrete.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So if you ever watch me, you're like, oh, okay, I see, I understand what he's talking about. But I started on 6, 7 years old tackling on concrete, and then I started doing organized football at 8 years old, and the rest was history. It's always been organized football after that, ever since I started at 8 years old.
You were talking about
Shoot.
your tight
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
You
I
were
was
talking
about
about
to
your
let you
tight
get in.
ends earlier. Man, going back to your play days, like I said, we see how much the tight end is a big part of the game today. But
Hmm.
going back to your play days, who was your hardest matchup, or did you have one where it was like, shit, I got to cover this?
uh, I never got to go against Antonio Gates, but I looked out, and he always says like, "Man, I wanted to go against you," and I was like, "I wanted to go against you too." But I respect the hell out of Antonio Gates' game. Tony Gonzalez. Um, I love I love going against Witten in practice, and Witt, um, I love Witt because I, I I helped him so much that people won't even know, and I don't even care to get credit. But Witt used to always wonder why he could never really get open on me because I knew all his tells. And so I started telling him, like, we started working together, and I started telling him, like, yo, if you do this, because if you watch, like, when Witt used to run routes, I mean, he used to always, do his head, like, and so whenever he went one way, he was going the other way, and I'm like, all right, you're going, okay, I'm waiting for you. Come on, Witt. I know you're coming this way. So, I got to work with him, and that whole saying, iron sharpens iron, but it was fun going against Witt, and now after I left the Cowboys and watch him do his thing, I was like, man, I love to see it because I just like, man, he's a straight baller. And who else? I mean, there were some, there were some dogs at tight end when I played, man. And I liked going against receivers too. I mean, um, we had some. It's funny. Funny. So I'm from the Bay Area. Jerry Rice was with the Seahawks. We played the Seahawks, And I had an opportunity to rough Jerry Rice up on the sideline, man. I took every opportunity to kill it. He did a go on the sideline, man, and the ball kind of went over his head, and I still hit him, and he was like, "Come on, young fella, you don't got to be so rough."
No respect for the old man.
Let me tell you something. If anytime you get an opportunity to try to take somebody out, you take it. And I tried to take it.